One of the biggest mysteries of life is destiny. We often ask ourselves, why am I poor while others are rich? Why is my life full of struggles while theirs look so easy? However, the truth is that our destiny is nothing but the result of our own actions. And today's story will show you how karma can shape a person's life. Listen carefully, because every line in this story carries a lesson you'll never forget. Once upon a time, in a faraway kingdom, there lived a poor man. He had nothing except a small hut where he stayed with his wife. The king of that land was known for his kindness. At night, he would disguise himself and walk through the streets to see the real condition of his people. One night, while wandering, the king passed by the poor man's hut. Inside, he overheard the wife saying, "We have no money left to buy food. What will we do now?" The poor man replied, "Don't worry, our king is a kind man. Tomorrow I will go to him for help." The next day, the poor man went to the palace. The king recognized him. It was the same man he had overheard. Out of compassion, the king gave him a chest full of gold coins. The poor man returned home happily. He and his wife celebrated and slept peacefully. But the next morning, the chest was empty. All the gold coins had vanished, and strangely, the doors and windows were still locked from the inside. The poor man went back to the king and told him everything. Shocked, but still kind, the king gave him another chest. Yet again, the next morning, the chest was empty. The third time, the king decided to follow him. He hid behind a tree in the front yard of the poor man's house and waited. That night, as the poor man and his wife slept, the king saw a strange shadow enter the hut and leave with the chest of gold. Drawing his sword, the king shouted, "Who are you, and why are you stealing this man's wealth?" The shadow replied,
"I am destiny. This man is fated to remain poor all his life. It is the result of his past karma. No matter how much wealth he receives, it will always be taken away."
The king asked, "But why?" Destiny said,
"If you wish to know, travel to a village at the foot of the mountains. There, the oldest man will tell you the truth. Ask him about the rich man named Jack."
Without delay, the king rode through the night and reached the village. Under a banyan tree, he found the oldest man. The king greeted him respectfully and asked, "Hi, sir. Tell me the story about a rich man named Jack." The old man sighed deeply. "Yes, Jack, once the richest man in this land. But he was greedy. He gave loans to poor farmers with cruel conditions. No farmer could ever repay him. When a poor farmer borrowed money, Jack squeezed him until he had nothing left. Once a poor farmer borrowed some money from Jack, but drought destroyed that farmer's crops. He could not pay. Jack seized his land, his house, and everything he owned. The farmer, broken-hearted, soon died. But Jack's greed did not save him either. A few years later, he too fell sick and died suddenly. It was the result of his karma. The king understood. Jack had been reborn as the poor man in his kingdom. His past greed was the reason his destiny was full of suffering. The king returned and told the poor man everything. Tears filled the man's eyes. From that day, he decided to live differently. He worked honestly as a laborer. He shared what little he had with the hungry and the poor. Months later, the king gave him a chest of gold once again. This time, no shadow came to take it away. And so, the poor man's life changed, not because fate suddenly favored him, but because he changed his actions. This is the law of karma. Our deeds, whether good or bad, create our destiny. If we plant kindness, honesty, and hard work, life will bless us in return. But if we choose greed, selfishness, and dishonesty, life will return the same. Friends, remember this. Fate is nothing written in the sky. It is written by our own hands, every single day, through the choices we make. If life is not going the way you want, don't lose hope. From this very moment, you can begin to write a new story for yourself. Because when you change your karma, you change your destiny. So always plant seeds of kindness, honesty, and hard work. And one day, you will taste the sweet fruits of your own good deeds. If this story touched your heart, remember to like this video and subscribe for more inspiring tales.